Welcome back to another episode, ladies and gentlemen. It is July 3 and I'm out with the local legend Dougie, Whitewater Doug, Uncle Doug, whatever you may know him by. And we're out here to do a little bit of largemouth fishing. We got about 6 hours or so, and we're gonna try to make it happen on 2 different local lakes here in West Michigan. We're gonna try to show you guys how we go about breaking down a new body of water. I've only fished out here once or twice before, so don't have much knowledge. It's early, we got a little bit of like shade still on this bank and I'm already seeing fish blow up. So we're gonna stop talking, try to catch one on top water, and then once that sun gets a little higher, we'll probably move to skip some docks or move offshore and start scoping around. So yeah, let's get into the action. No, something's busting on the bait. I'm guessing bass. Yeah, there's all kinds of bait out here. Suspended. That's bizarre. Be so sick to get some topwater action going.
Must be up in that.
So you can see the bait though out here, like 10 feet down. Oh, that's carp. That's what that is. The stuff up shallow is carp. The stuff out here was definitely not. Yeah, you can see their backs are out of the water. First one, oh yeah. Little guy.
Was it?
Yeah.
It sounded big.
It did sound big. He hit that with some power.
That was a great strike.
Well, decent sign of life. First 10 minutes or so. We're just moving up to fish we started fishing a steeper break and now it's just starting to flatten out towards the back of this little like creek channel. And that was kind of right on the transition as we're starting to get a little shallower and flatter. We spent the next hour working into the back of this cut, throwing spooks and buzzbaits without any luck. We also picked up a frog here to get in tight to some of that cover, and we never got another blow up. So we went to this next section of docks, and I picked up a jig. Doug was throwing a buzzbait along some of this tight cover, and no luck there as well. A little while later, we moved offshore to see if we could find any better grass because we weren't seeing much grass up around these docks, and no luck offshore either. So then we made another move over to a different section of docks that was a little bit steeper. Again, we were picking up jigs and flipping that tight cover, but just not seeing any good grass. We were still seeing that bait everywhere, but any of the fish that we saw were suspended, and as you guys know, those fish can be difficult to catch, and I'm not even sure that the fish that were chasing the bait were bass. It kind of looked like crappie or bluegill, but we fished a good 2 or 3 hours without any luck, and we made one last move to the back of the one more cut that we were going to hit right before making the move to the second lake, and then we finally figured out some sort of bite. Yeah, look at all that grass. It looks good. We haven't seen that like anywhere. I'm gonna drag a jig through that. Big, be a bass. Sorry. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Nice. Finally, jeez.
Look how white he is.
Yeah, muddy bass.
Look at that, that's a good chunk.
Just like that. Uncle Dougie's paying attention to his tootie as we're coming up to fish a back pocket. Oh shit. Oh.
20 inches.
He's probably 18, 19. He choked that. So, unfortunately, I had a speed release on that bass, accidental speed release, but we're coming up into the back of a cut to fish just like topwater frogs and like fish stuff around the edge of some pads. And Doug noticed just like some fish on 2D right as we were coming up there. There was a little bit of a break, so we spun around, threw scope on out here, saw a bunch of grass, and we haven't seen hardly any grass in this lake at all because I think they've been spraying it like crazy. So I was like second cast out there with a jig in like 10 feet of water, and that fish just came up and thumped it and then took off right with it and hit him pretty good. Good solid, probably close to 3-pounder. He was fat too. That's what I think, man. There's not many fish, but if you can find them, there's got to be some pigs in here with this much bait. Ooh, this grass feels good. I wonder if it continues out. Look at all of it that way. I want to get bit again. Doesn't suck. This one's smaller than the last one. We'll get a weight on him. He's probably 2.5. All right, guys. Here's a look at that next one. Definitely smaller, but not bad. We just found this spot where I caught that one, flipped back around and came out deep, and started casting shallower. I like to pop the jigs and bottom baits off towards the deeper water, like cast up shallow and pop it deep. This one's a 2-3-3. So that other one was probably a 3. This is quite a bit smaller.
Oh yeah, that was at least 3. I bet he was over. He was 4.
Bummer we didn't get a weight on that other one. That was a lot bigger than this one, but I mean, this fish is probably only 16 inches, but they're really fat here. There's all kinds of bait that we've been seeing all morning, and I think that's part of the reason these fish are tough to catch, because they're so bait oriented. They're just out chasing, but like I said, this is the one spot where we saw good grass on a little bit of a break, and that's 2 casts in 5 minutes. Hopefully there's a bunch more. Yep, little guy. Shoot, that was not little actually. He was just so pale. Did you see him? He was like a 3. They're so pale. I was like, oh, it's just a little guy. And then he actually turns and I'm like, oh, it was a good one. Same thing. I didn't feel him eat it. He just picked it up and started swimming with it. Got him? Let's go. Big one? Be a giant. Fatty. Holy.
Look at that one.
That's a good 3. Nice, dude. Nice. That's a stud for Michigan summer.
That's a good one.
He's probably close to 4.
He's thick.
Yeah. Could have had a double if I didn't suck at landing fish. 369.
369.
It's a great fish for summer. Nice, dude.
Man. Good.
I'll get a picture here in just a minute.
Got a beautiful Michigan bass here. Summertime fishing with the black and blue jig. Can't go wrong with it. Right off a point and a little bit of grass. What's your weigh?
369.
369. Beautiful.
Just had a few more and might be figuring something out finally.
I think we might be figuring something out.
I don't know what I'm doing. I forget how fun a jig hook set is. Screw a drop. Oh, yep, right on cue. Good one?
They're all good.
Nice. Under the boat.
He was swimming at me.
That was awesome.
I was trying to catch up to him.
That's family-friendly fun right there, son. Slacklining them under the boat.
That was definitely slacklining.
G-Man would be so proud.
That was good.
Dude. Got him. Good one or not? Jeez. Not bad. Could have had another double. Oh.
Could have had a double.
That's a good one. 246. Not bad, buddy. Alrighty, guys, we are moving to Lake 2 right now. I think we ended up catching maybe 7 or 8 bass. I lost like 3 or 4. For some reason, could not keep them pinned, but a couple good ones in there. Doug caught a 370, and then 1 or 2 of the ones I caught or hooked and dumped was like definitely over 3. So a couple decent fish. Every single fish came on a jig. I was throwing a Bama craw color, so which is green pumpkin with a little orange, and Dougie was throwing a black and blue jig. They were eating them both. The bite kind of died. The other issue that we've had today is there hasn't been any wind at all, which makes it a little bit tough to get these fish to go. So we're gonna move to a second lake right now. We're only gonna have like an hour or 2 at the second one, but we're gonna see if we can't make a little rally and finish out the bag with a decent day. So we'll catch you guys on lake number 2. All right guys, rolling up into lake number 2, first spot on the second lake. We're gonna try to get weird with a little glide bait here. Dougie's gonna throw the jig, and I'm gonna see if they won't eat a little bit of a bigger bait. Nice.
That's gonna be a really nice one.
Yeah. Yeah? Big one? Not bad. Not bad.
It might be 3. No, 2.5.
2.5?
3.
That's a good start right there, son.
It's a good
Come on, that's a good fish. 279. Not bad. Okay, I gotta throw a frog back in there. Some things you just gotta do, you can't argue with it, you know? Like right there. Yep, first cast with it. My drag is so loose. Come here, you. Holy skinny!
He ate it.
Look at that frog, dude.
He ate it.
Well, one cast with the frog. Had the old drag slip. See you, buddy. Not weighing him. That doesn't look small. And the big old noggin on him. Wow, that was fun. Big fan of that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't think he's gonna help. Oh yeah, buddy.
He's like yours.
Is he? Not terrible. He's better than mine. A lot better.
Thick.
Yes, he is.
And unfortunately, the budget, the dollars and cents.
Got him still. Little.
Nice.
Oh, he's not terrible. Last cast. Last cast, let's go. That's how you end a video right there, guys. Call your last cast.
Call your fish, right?
Pop a little dink. And wrap it up. Ended with just under 15 pounds. If we would have landed some of the fish at the first lake and weighed them, that would have gone a long ways. Probably could have had 15 and a half, 16 pounds. But part of it, we ended up catching every fish on the jig and the frog.